Johnny Murray here, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be looking at my most anticipated games of 2024. I'm going to just spoil it right away. There was a lot. I pretty much gave myself absolutely no limitations. I was like, you know what? Any game that I am genuinely excited for, I'm just going to talk about in this video. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try and make it quick because you guys have probably already heard my thoughts on a lot of these games. So I'm kind of just going to go over it and just talk about how my list was formatted and just all that stuff. And this one will be a little bit different because I won't be going like one at a time. Either I'm gonna do like 6 at a time. You'll see. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna be using Topsters, but the reason I'm doing this video, and you guys are probably wondering, you just did a top 25 most anticipated like over a month ago, and yeah, you're right, but that was before event season. You all know how crazy and awesome event season was this year, and let's just say there are so many games that shot up, there are games that shot down, there are games that were just added entirely, there were games taken out entirely. So there's a lot to talk about. But if you guys love gaming, Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, third party, whatever, any kind of gaming, if you guys love video games like I do, consider subscribing. I do appreciate that. We cover all sorts of topics, reviews, rankings, all good stuff. I appreciate any support you guys give me, especially one on this video. But let's get going. So, like I said, we're going to be doing this a little bit weird. So, I have Topsters, and I'm pretty sure I have 35 games in total. And these are all games that I would consider myself genuinely excited for. Like, I know for a fact I'm going to be playing day one. These are all these games. But to be honest, I play pretty much every game that comes out. There are games I already have planned to play that aren't necessarily on here. But that's just because I play everything. Like, I'm interested in it. I think it looks cool. But I can't say I'm genuinely excited for it. There are so many games I think look interesting or look cool. But not every game I can say, yo, I am hyped for, I am excited for, I cannot wait. Whereas all the games on this list are that. I cannot wait to play this game. And so I'm basically going to, reveal a row at a time. It's a 7 by 5 list. You guys will see. So let's get going. The first 6, I guess. Hang on. Are we missing? We are missing one. Hold on. We're going to shrink this. Hopefully this doesn't mess anything up too bad. Boom. All right. So we have our first our first 7 here. And yeah, so let's talk about it. So right at the bat, you guys can probably see there was a lot of Nintendo. And that is because, yeah, Nintendo had an awesome Direct this summer. And by the way, these are technically ranked by excitement. But, truthfully, I'm excited for all these. You know, I don't think you should try and compete with your excitement. That's just doesn't make sense. You know, I'm not gonna say, yo, I'm more excited for this one, therefore, you know, I can't be hyped for this one as well at just as much. I'm hyped for all of them, you know. I just, yeah, but they are technically ranked just by, I guess, my personal preference, I guess. But yeah, these first 7, man, like I said, Nintendo had awesome Direct. So you have things like Super Mario Party Jamboree in there. You have Mario and Luigi Brothership. You have Pokemon Legends Z through A. And you even have the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, which I know isn't Nintendo, but it was at the Direct. But then you have some other things. But let's go ahead and talk about the Nintendo, because you guys have seen I've been talking about Nintendo a lot on the channel recently. That's because I'm absolutely loving them, and the Switch 2 is currently my most anticipated thing in gaming, period. Metroid is one of my favorite franchises right now, if even of all time. And yeah, but Super Mario Jamboree, man, this one looked really cool. The thing that really caught my eye was the online battle royale type mode. That is actually a phenomenal idea for just Mario Party in general. I thought that was really cool. The mini games looked fun. The boards looked cool. It just seems like it's going to be another really solid Mario Party. And Mario Parties are probably one of my favorite party games, if not my favorite party games outside of Smash. So I'm definitely excited for that. Pokemon Legends Z through A. The reason it's on this list is just I love Pokemon, first of all, so I'm going to be hyped for anything Pokemon, really. But then I love the idea, the possibility of getting Gen 6, the fact that Megas are coming back. That is awesome. I just think if they can evolve the Legends formula, this game could be really special. And then Mario Luigi Brothership, I think this game looks phenomenal. I think just how different it looks, but at the same time, still looks like the old Mario and Luigi that we know. Looks really cool. I absolutely love the turn-based Mario games. Like 2 of them are in my top 50 favorite games of all time. So I'm really excited to get into this franchise, because this is a franchise coming back from being pretty much like dead, like completely dead. The studio got shut down and everything, so this is really exciting. I can't wait to see if I actually like it as much as I've heard other people love it. And then yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. I love Marvel vs. Capcom. I love fighting games, and this is a series that I've wanted to come back for a while, and this is an awesome way to do it. Bring back all the greats, and yeah, it's coming back. This is, I know, a dream for so many people. Shout out Maximilian, dude. Your reaction was awesome. I absolutely love it. But yeah, so, but then you have other things in here. This week, or pretty much last week, Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered was announced, and that's really exciting. I love the Dead Rising games. They're amazing zombie games, and just so much fun. I can't wait to play the original Dead Rising again. Marvel Rivals is a live service game I'm really looking forward to. It just seems like it's gonna be right up my alley. I'm very excited to play it. I could just feel myself getting addicted even before the game comes out, so that's already a great sign. And then Flintlock Siege On. This one actually comes out this month. I'm very excited to play it. I cannot wait to do a playthrough of it on the channel. Make sure you guys check that out when it happens. I think it looks really solid. I'm very curious how it's going to be received, just through fans and critics alike. But I do think that game has potential. But let's go ahead and reveal the next row here, and you guys can probably see some very interesting titles. Oh, got a little sneak peek of that one. All right, so here we go. Obviously, right at the bat, you have Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I've said this multiple times. I think this could finally be the good return to Call of Duty that we need. Black Ops is always fun in some degree, and so I feel like with the things that they've already talked about, it just seems like they're making right decisions. It just seems like they're not going too crazy. They're not going too basic. They're just doing what they're good at again, adding a few extra things, making it more modern, and I think that is just the absolute right thing to do. Bring back the things people love, add in things that people are interested in, and make sure the game has content and is polished and seems like a legit entry in the franchise, and I do feel like that is what Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is doing. Capcom is on this row twice. We got Pragmata and Monster Hunter Wilds. You guys already know how I feel about Monster Hunter Wilds. I think it looks really good. I'm very excited to play it. But, you know, Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter. The grind is going to be crazy. But I do want to see more in the story. I think the story could be very interesting when it comes to, you know, just having Monster Hunter be exciting for a lot of people. And then Pragmata, we just need to see that game entirely. I don't know what it is about Pragmata, but I want to be that guy that had faith in it from the very beginning. Ever since it was announced, I was like, yo, I love the look of this. I don't know what is going on. I don't really even know the concept. I don't know the idea. I don't know nothing. But it looks cool, and I just have this gut feeling that this is going to be an awesome game. It's going to be something special, and I have so much faith in Capcom. They are my current GOATs outside of Xbox, of course. Yeah. I cannot wait to see what Pragmata even is, but it's always gonna be here because I wanna be that guy that said, yo, I was there in the trenches, bro. I've always been a believer, and when that game comes out, I just know it's gonna be something special, and I'm gonna be so happy. But moving on, let's go to Marvel 1943. This, again, I've talked about it. This was a game that when announced, I was kind of like, why is this happening? Like, not really interested, but then the trailer came out, and yeah, it completely hushed my mouth and turned me like upside down. I was blown away by how awesome the trailer was and how much I actually wanted to play that. And yeah, it just looks really cool. I'm curious to see what the gameplay is going to look like, but we're gonna have to wait and see about that. Phantom Blade Zero looks awesome. The gameplay is just immaculate. When you look at Phantom Blade Zero, it's like a hack and slash meets something. I don't even know, dude. Like, it's a hack and slash meets Ghost of Tsushima, maybe? I don't. It looks awesome, though. Assassin's Creed Shadows is obviously, I just posted a video talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows and how excited I am for it. It's a dream game. I mean, everybody's been wanting a Japan-based Assassin's Creed game, regardless of the controversy. I'm very excited. I don't really have an issue with anything. And yeah, I'm just very curious how it will actually land, seeming that it is the newer formats of Assassin's Creed rather than what Mirage went back to, and that's the classic. And then Black Myth Wukong. This is one that actually skyrocketed in my levels of anticipation because there was like an interview or something where a lot of information about the game came out, and it basically got rid of all my fears and reasons that I wasn't necessarily excited for it. And the big one for me is that it is not a Souls-like. It's more compared to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. You guys know how much I love that game, so I am all for this game now, and I am ready. But let's reveal the next row. Ooh, spicy. I don't know, but it's really not that dramatic, but all right. Oh my gosh, there we go. All right, so let's go to Metal Gear. Metal Gear, you know, you see things like Metal Gear, you see things like this is a very just all over the place row right here, because you have Xbox, you have some Japanese games, you have some independent stuff. Very interesting things going on here. Let's start with Metal Gear. I am very excited to get back into the franchise. I've played 5, and then I've played one of them on the PS3. I don't know exactly which one. I barely remember it, but I remember playing one on PS3 when I was really young. But yeah, I've always liked Metal Gear. I've never I don't know a lot about it though, but I've always liked it, and so I'm really excited to finally get back in the franchise. And I'm just excited that the franchise is back in general. So I'm very excited, and honestly, the remake looks really good, unlike Silent Hill 2, unfortunately. But yeah. And then speaking of Metal Gear, let's go to the creator of Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is releasing next year, and the trailer and what they showed at the State of Play earlier this year just looked absolutely phenomenal. It's been an anticipated game for me ever since. Really, it's been an anticipated game ever since it was announced, not even before that gameplay stuff. But yeah, it just looks awesome, and I have no doubt in Hideo Kojima. He is personally my GOAT of video game creators of all time. But yeah, and then another game that's being made by creators of some goated games. The BioShock creators pretty much split, made their own studio, and now they're making Judas, and it just looks awesome. It just looks baller. It just screams like I'm going to love it. It's right up my alley. I'm very excited to finally see more, and hopefully we can get a release date for that. Another game I am super duper excited for is Replaced. Man, where is this game? I do know this game is being developed by a Ukrainian studio, so obviously they're going through a lot. So, you know, I'm being patient with them, but man, I want to play this game so bad, and I just hope when it comes out it looks as good as it is as good as it looks, because it looks phenomenal. It's just so unique, and yeah, I'm rooting for this game 100%. Now we have 3 technically Xbox things. Stalker 2 is technically releasing as an Xbox exclusive day 1 in the Game Pass. It's not Xbox first party, but I am going to talk about it as Xbox. Stalker 2, every time I see this game, it just looks better and better. I genuinely do think this has a chance of being a Game of the Year contender, a little sneaky Game of the Year contender. And you get to play day 1 in Game Pass, and it just looks awesome. It's got that horror, that psychological, atmospheric horror to it. It's got amazing looking shooting. It's got an awesome looking world, interesting story, interesting plot. I'm all for it. And then same thing with State of Decay 3 and Avowed. You know, we haven't really seen much State of Decay, but I'm a huge State of Decay fan. So just the fact that we're getting 3 and it seems to be going bigger and better, have to be excited for that. And then Avowed. I do think Avowed is slowly making its way up the ranks on my most anticipated, because Obsidian is one of those studios you can just always count on to make a banger of a game. And even though Avowed isn't screaming like hype and like I can't wait to play this, I'm just so excited. The fact that I know it's going to be another Obsidian game, and from what we've seen, it looks good. There's nothing that really alarms me about the game. I just can't wait to see if it exceeds everybody's expectations, which I have a very strong feeling it will do that. I do think the whole problem with Avowed is that the original trailer threw everybody off because they expected one thing and then they're getting something completely different. If they would have never done that first trailer, everybody would probably be hyped. Like, let's be honest here. But yeah, moving on. The next row. Ooh, all right. We got some big hitters here. Let's go ahead and make this list a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. So, the next games. Big names here. Let's go and talk about Expedition 33, man. I just did a video on this last week, and this was easily one of the biggest surprises to me throughout all of the summer showcases. Just because it's coming from, it's a debut game from a whole new studio, published by Kepler. The studio is Sandfall Interactive, I think. And boy, does the plot, does the premise seem just so awesome and full of so many great emotional possibilities. But the gameplay is awesome. It's super unique. Visually, it's stunning. It's just hitting every note in every box that you'd want out of a game like this. And it is day one in the Game Pass, and it was like a big, it stole the show for a lot of people during the Xbox event. But yeah, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Fable was also shown at the Xbox show, and I honestly couldn't believe my eyes. It was just insane looking, like to the point where I still don't believe it, even though I do, because it is what they said. That is gameplay. It's confirmed. That is gameplay, which blows my mind. I don't know how it's possible. Playground Games are just wizards when it comes to that kind of stuff. Indiana Jones, I think, is like one of the safest bets this year of like, yo, it's going to be a great game. I really don't see any realm of possibility that Indiana Jones is not a good game. It's being made by Machine Games. It looks phenomenal from everything we've seen, and it just seems like they're very, very confident in their product. And, I mean, it's Indiana Jones, and I feel like it's just going to be a great time. Let's go to Clockwork Revolution. This is a game we saw last year at the Xbox show, and it really just caught my eye because of the creativity, the unique idea that it had, and the fact that it was coming from a studio where they've never really attempted a game like this, and now they got the big budget. This is the first game since being acquired. There's just a lot of possibility, and I think that I feel like Compulsion, or no, not Compulsion, sorry, In Exile. I feel like In Exile is going to knock this one out of the park, and I just love the idea. I really, really do. Dragon Age: The Veilguard. This is a game where, honestly, I wasn't really excited for it until we started hearing leaks this year, and I'm like, you know, I feel like I should be excited for this. And then we started hearing, like, information about it. I'm like, I feel like I might like this. Then we saw the reveal trailer, and I'm like, yo, okay, that's pretty cool. But then we saw the gameplay, and sold. It looks awesome. I know people have a problem with the art style. Go cry in a hole. That's all I can say. I think it just looks phenomenal. From what they showed, the story, awesome. Visuals, awesome. Music, awesome. Gameplay, awesome. Everything just looks awesome right now, and I am all for this game. I do believe this will be a Game of the Year contender this year. Another game I think could have a chance at being a Game of the Year contender is Star Wars Outlaws. Game continues to look phenomenal. At the time recording this, a couple of days ago, it just went gold, which is crazy because the game is still like over a month out. So the fact that it's already gone gold shows me that they are confident this game is going to run well, it's going to sell well, and it's going to do well. And I hope that is the case because this game does look awesome, and Star Wars is my favorite franchise of all time. Now, the game all the way on the right, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell remake. Boy, oh boy, do I want this game so bad. I want this game so bad. I love the Splinter Cell series. It's one of my favorite Ubisoft franchises outside of Assassin's Creed. And this is a franchise I've wanted to make its return for so long, ever since the 360 days. And it's coming. We just don't know when. Please, Ubisoft, give me the Splinter Cell remake as soon as possible. But make sure it's good, because I want Splinter Cell to return right. The final row. Here it is. Oh, boy. That's right. And this is what I love about about my current list, is when you just look at that top row, there is almost a perfect balance between the big three companies. Never mind, I take that back. I take that. Well, I mean, okay, not perfect balance, but there are games from all big three, and there is a just completely new thing that I've never tried before that for some reason just excites me. And so let's go ahead and talk about that. Visions of Mana. I don't know what it is about this game, but it has just, it's just screamed at me like, yo, you're gonna love this. And I can't help it. Every time I see it, every time I talk about it, every time I hear it, every time I, whatever, it just gets higher and higher on my anticipated list, and we're getting closer and closer to its release date. And this is honestly the first Square Enix game in a long, long time I have been ecstatic to play. And I just hope it delivers, because I did hear the last one wasn't so great, but I know many people love the Mana series, and this is typically not a game that would be this high on my list, but it just is. So I don't know. Let's go to Xbox real quick. Perfect Dark was a game I think that stole the show for a lot of people as well, just because number one, we didn't expect to be there, but number two, it was said to be in development crap, pretty much. Everyone said that there was a lot of issues going on behind the scenes. Yeah, I think they have issues, whoever said that, because they were completely wrong, and it just looks phenomenal, and boy, am I so excited. This was one of my most anticipated games when it was announced back in 2020, and it's just recaptured that, and it is back at the top where it belongs. Astrobot, man. This game is going to be a masterpiece. Like, I have no doubt in my mind, absolutely no doubt in my mind that Astrobot is going to be a masterpiece. It has crossovers between multiple franchises. It looks like it's going to be much bigger than any other Astrobot game we've gotten to this point. Astro's Playroom is, I think, one of the most underrated PS5 games right now. It just looks awesome. It just looks like it's going to be a masterpiece. And honestly, another game this year I could see easily being a Game of the Year contender. And I hope it is, because Astrobot deserves it, man. Let me tell you. Legend of Zelda. You guys know that game. Legend of Zelda. Wow, did I not expect this game whatsoever. This was another one to stand out from the summer for me, because if you guys know, my top 3 Switch games are Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which is my 4th favorite game of all time. Still blows my mind that I even say that, but it's true. Metroid Dread, and then Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I wanted another game like Link's Awakening so bad, but they were so focused on the 3D Zeldas that I just didn't think it was going to happen. Well, they did it, but they completely even went further and shattered everybody's expectations of even what was maybe possible, which was like a Link to the Past. Nah, here is a whole new Zelda game, and the first ever Zelda game where you actually play as Zelda. You don't play as Link. You play as Zelda, and it's in my favorite format of the Legend of Zelda series. I am all in already. I am day one ready to get this thing going, because oh my gosh, it looked awesome, and I'm so excited. And yeah, Gears of War E-Day, man. I've recently been replaying through the whole Gears of War franchise, and this has been a awesome story for a lot of people, because Gears of War has really recaptured and resparked a lot of people's love for the franchise, just because it's been kind of dormant for a little while, and the last couple games not everybody loved. They're still amazing games in my opinion, but definitely were nowhere near the level of what the original trilogy did. And this is a prequel. Gears of War E-Day is going to be a prequel. It's having everybody's favorite characters, Marcus and Dom. And we're finally going to get another Gears of War game. And boy, was that trailer so good. And not only am I replaying through Gears, so many people are. And Gears of War is so back. The game hasn't even come out, and Gears of War is so back. I haven't seen this much love for Gears of War in so long. And I understand why. Moving on, we have the 2 left games here. We're going to start with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. You guys, I just said Metroid Dread is my second favorite Switch game. I love Metroid Prime as well. And Metroid is my favorite Nintendo franchise. And probably one of my favorite franchises, just period. Not even just Nintendo. And yeah, this game, I was waiting so long to see this game, and we finally saw it, and boy, was it worth the wait. I think it looks absolutely incredible. I love the visuals. The gameplay looks just like Metroid Prime 4, but a little more modern. Or not Metroid Prime 4, just Metroid Prime, but a little more modern. I'm so ready for it. I'm always ready for more Metroid. It's just that simple. I'm currently also replaying through. I'm trying to play as many Metroid games as I humanly can, but I'm currently replaying through Metroid Dread, and boy, it's just reconfirming how much I love this series and that game. But Doom: The Dark Ages is the last game. I don't feel like I really have to say anything about it. It's Doom. It's Doom. It's medieval. It's a prequel. It's Doom. There's skull-crushing shotguns. There's Captain America shields. It's Doom. There's rock music. There is castles, dragons. It's Doom. There is, like, crazy-looking monsters. There is flail maces. It's Doom. And did I mention Doomslayer in his awesome cape and his awesome armor? And that it's Doom? Like, do I really have to say much? Man, get off my... Bro, Doom: The Dark Ages is where it's at. Oh my gosh. Hands down, my favorite trailer of the entire summer, and easily my most anticipated game right now. I just can't explain to you how badly I want to play this game and see more of it. It's just so exciting. But yeah, you guys let me know, what is your most anticipated game right now? Doesn't have to be this year. It could be next year. It could be beyond. It could be whatever. I mean, I have Splinter Cell on here. We don't even know that game's still in development, but here we are, you know? But let me know, what are some of your most anticipated games? And thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.